time for a little DIY. Maybe a box filter. If it turns out to be a box filter, can we do it? Who knows? Stay tuned, guys. All right, so I've been looking at box filters for a little while, and they're not that expensive, right? For one, but at $10 to $15, depending on the size and depending on the make, and all of that, it adds up when you've got 10 tanks, when you've got 20 tanks, when you've got 30 tanks. So is there a way for us to do it easier? Maybe not easier, but cheaper. Because that's what it's about, right? Especially when you have a fish room or a corner. Inevitably, that's what we want to do. Inevitably, whatever. Cheap. Looks good, cheap. So, what I have is plastic containers. They're food containers. They are from the restaurant that my wife oversees. So I asked her yesterday to bring me some of these because they're heavy duty. They're not I have actually not broke, because you can't, they're pretty pliable, right? But I have ripped one in half trying to pull the top off of this. And what it is it's for soups and liquids that, but when you put this top on, it will not spill out. So it's heavy duty. Small, right? So even if I put it in a 5, it wouldn't be overwhelming for the tank. But if I put it in a 20, or if I put it in a 10, then it would almost be perfect. And of course, so forth and so on up. If I dropped it in a 40, or if I dropped it in a 75, then you wouldn't even. You could hide this thing pretty easy in a 40. In a 75, it would just get lost in the background somewhere. So let's try this. So what I want to do is figure out, so the air is going to come in. One second, I forgot one thing. So the air is going to come in, right? And then it's going to be lifted up this tube. So I need a hole. And then I'm going to have to either cut slots in the bottom of this or drill some pass-through holes. And that way, once the air gets in, new blades as well on the X-Acto knife. So if red stuff starts flowing, I'll cut the video. Somewhat, right? It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want it to look crap, but it doesn't have to be perfect, I guess. Initially, I guess I can clean it up later. You know what I was thinking about getting is a soldering iron to cut cleaner and smoother holes into the top of this. So that fits pretty good. And I'll make maybe this size a little bit bigger so I can get the air tube through just a little bit. Small cuts at a time. Okay, probably have to cut that out a little bit more. Now, putting a few holes in the top. I guess a lot of holes. I'm not going to do it so random that it doesn't look very good. I'm going to try to keep it well, I guess until I get tired of drilling holes. And see, I think a soldering iron to do this would make it so clean, but already had the drill, already had the drill bit. And I gotta be honest, I'll have to really sit down and put this together, because like I said, I already had this. I'm not sure where it come from, and I'm not sure how much it was when I bought it, probably 10 years ago. These cups didn't cost me anything. So I had those, you know, I had my wife bring them from her work. Now, I bought a huge bag of polyfill for $2.99. You know, and I mean, you can't count $2.99 for one filter, right? Because I'll probably be able to do 20 or so filters out of this. So I guess we're up to about 10 or 15 cents. And Home Depot, the Quickcrete lava rock. The bag of lava rock was maybe $6 or $7. I'll have to look at all this stuff. I'll have to look it up for you guys, and then maybe put it in the comments, because like I said, I cannot remember. I've had this stuff sitting around for a long time. I've used some lava rock in some of my aquariums, but like I said, I mean, if you're talking about, like, let's even say $10 for that bag of lava rock, I'm probably going to get, I'll call it $1.50 maybe, that I'll use for lava rock for this. So with that being said, $1.50. Nothing for these. Polyfill $2.99 for the bag. I'll say 20 cents, 25 cents. I'll give it 25 cents for the amount of polyflow that I use, just, I guess, to make it easy. So now we're at $1.75. I would really like to know where I got this though, and buy this, because it's, you know, I mean, it looks really good. It's just it's almost like PVC, but it's not PVC, because, you know, oh, I know what this is. This is water line for your home. So I can check it at Home Depot. That's what this is. This, you know, with the big shark bite connections that people are putting into their homes now, because you know, the PVC and everything like that busts so easy when, you know, if you're in that kind of temperature. I'm not. I'm sitting here in a room that's 76 degrees and I'm sweating because it's like 110 outside with 7,462.7% humidity. Love it. Let's get back to it. All I'm doing right now is trying to say somewhat in a straight line, going up, down, no, and of course I got a whole lot of goals, so I'm not going to I think I'll probably be able to try solar iron. I have solar iron, but not with that. That's okay. We're going to go off of Amazon. No, it's going to work. I don't understand it. Okay. Better. So, got about half done so far. So I got all my holes cut. Okay. So I got all my holes cut. I've got most of it cleaned up as much as possible, or as much as I'm going to clean it up. So now let's move this out of the way. Kind of clean my work area a little bit anyway. Put the top on. Put that out of the way. So I'm gonna do that, Probably going to take it off about right here. Man, I'm glad kind of glad I did this today, because I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what that is, and now I know. Air tube. Little piece of air tube. I've got to buy a roll of air tube. It's just, I've got to. It's a must. Okay, so what I want to do is probably stick that down in there. I'm going to cut a couple holes in it so it can and believe me when I say, do not do what I do, because you will probably get hurt, as I do a lot. I don't think about things as much as I should. Guess I really don't. It's not that I don't care, because oh, believe me, when it happens, I do. Okay, so I cut a couple holes, maybe a couple more, just so, and I don't even know if this is necessary, and I could be screwing up, but that's what this is about, right? Is learning, seeing what works, seeing what don't work, and if it don't work, back to the drawing board. I really don't want to, let me see, that would be a few $100s to outfit all these tanks with box filters. Even buying them from like Amazon, or you know, even if I could find a cheaper place, maybe eBay, but still I'm sure they're going to be, still have to be $10 or so. And now going to, and just was sitting here thinking about this, I think I have thought of a different way already to do this, but I would have to figure that out instead of, you know, wow, this, see what I mean? This drill bit is gone. Come on now. If I was smarter, I would cut a pilot hole. I think what could happen is possibly, well, I know it would, right? I know it would, and that's what I'm kind of thinking about right now. Is if you took a piece of hard acrylic and put in here and maybe glued and left, and then put your airline down instead of just putting an airline inside the tube like so, which it'll have the same effect. It doesn't matter. But like this, right? I always keep small zip ties. I guess that is the electronics portion of me. Because I always like to keep, or always like to try to keep my wiring and everything like that when I'm at work as neat as possible. Because it makes working on things a little bit easier, right? So, nice. Now I'm going to, I know what I'll do. I'm going to take another cup. I'm going to put the lava rock in it, and go wash it. Oh man, there's so much. And I'm not going to use big pieces. I'll use the small broke stuff in here. Oh yeah, this is going to be nice. A little coffee. Okay. So, got the lava rock washed. Jesus. I'm going to put that down. Get a little. Place. Okay, now, final piece. Gonna get some pie feel, handful. Jam down in on top. Okay, like so. What do you think, guys? What do you think? think it looks pretty good. I think it looks pretty good. You could probably feel. You could probably do pea gravel as well to like make it look a little bit better. But I think the lava rock, with as porous as it is, it's going to be more bacterial beneficial than anything. Beneficial for beneficial bacteria, whatever. Let's hook it up. Let's hook it up. Let's drop it in the tank and take a close look at it. As it's working. All right, so now I'm going to drop it down into the fish tank. Let it feel. Is it going to? It's kind of floating. I think there's some water in it. Or, I think there's water in it. I think there's air in it. Yeah, there's a lot of air in it. Guys, I've got it going. Uh-oh. Oh, that was just the tube. So, I've got it growing. I think once it sets in, it'll be pretty nice. We'll check it along the way. You guys will have to remind me and see how it's going. Or that's my DIY box filter. Not bad. All right, that's it for the box filter for now. We'll check back and see how it's going. And update as it runs. If I need to cut bigger holes in it, I will. If I need to cut more holes in it, I will. But for now, that's it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you comment on what, if anything, you would change or do better. Suggestions for media. I mean, there's a whole world down there that like we could do, right? So let me know. Ono's Fish Corner. Thanks for stopping by. Peace out, guys.